rolling here, rolling box, rolling stream. Rolling. Here we go. When you're ready.
You say hey, Focus TV?
Sure.
All right.
Right?
Whatever.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Hashtag Harry and Kelly on Focus TV Network.
We have Lucas Hazlitt. He is a
Nailed
sketch
it.
comedian.
That's correct.
Studied at UCB.
Yep.
And he also did real life.
A pilot that didn't go.
A pilot that didn't go, but he was still on a pilot, and that's all that matters. In the Diversity Showcase.
That's correct.
Program for
CBS.
CBS.
You nailed my resume. That was
did,
solid. That
I
was
did.
Good.
I
That
heard
was good.
every bullet point.
I was like, yep, and
check,
there it is.
Check. I pronounced your name correctly.
You have done admirably.
Nice.
Like
now
you're
you're gonna
earning
write
your
me as a
paycheck.
character in your next pilot.
Wow. Okay, you're thirsty. You're thirsting right out of the gate. Right out of the gate, a little thirsty.
Whoa,
Slow
there we
down.
go.
Let me get a show on the air before we start talking about casting.
I know, right? I'm aggressive, man.
Very aggressive.
Harry just, yeah. He's
I'm like an
aggressive.
actor with an agent's personality.
That
Every
you know your
agent's-
brand. You know your brand. You should probably be an agent in something. Like an Entourage type
Harry
thing.
Gold.
Yeah, Harry Gold. Did he have to be
Gold,
Jewish? He
yeah.
immediately had to be Jewish?
Yeah.
You just had to make him Jewish? Okay.
I am Jewish.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Did we talked about that, I think.
Yeah, shalom.
Shalom. Mazel tov.
Kol beseder.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech shalom. That's all I know. I think that's all I know.
Dude, you rocked it, man.
Boom.
You could be a rabbi. You could play a rabbi.
I could. Oof, that would be a tough sell. I'm a decent actor. I'm not a great actor.
We wouldn't be able to see your yarmulke.
No, the yarmulke is there somewhere, and that hat would be like up here. It'd be way back. I'd be a weird rabbi. I'd be a weird rabbi.
That's awesome. So how did you, were you always a writer, or you started off being a comedian?
Well, if you want the real story.
The real story.
Like
real
so many
deal.
children, I played with toys. And isn't that a form of writing, improvisational toy playing? Finding new stories for little aliens action figures and, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all that stuff. But I didn't really get into writing until college. Is when I actually started learning how
You
scripts
started
work.
writing pretty young. A lot of people wait until they're way older than college.
Oh, okay. Well,
Good for you.
I don't really know what other people will be up to. I don't know. I would imagine every great writer has probably been writing since they were a kid in some fashion.
So you
like
started in
little books.
college
I
and
started actual learning how scripts work in college.
Yeah.
But I've always been kind of a goofball who's just wanted to make people laugh and whatnot.
I love it. Birds of a feather.
Yeah. Flock together. Yeah, see?
You've made me laugh.
Well, there it is. I feel like you already have comedy down because you go into a voice when you're not sure that the punchline's gonna land. So that's the best way to say. I'm serious. That's the trick.
I'm a
That's the trick.
I know if I'm gonna bomb, I just make it funny.
Make it funny.
physically. Yeah.
You
That's
just
what
make
it
a
is.
funny voice if you don't know if it'll be funny.
Look up the entire career of John Lovitz. That's all it is.
Totally.
He goes into a
does
funny
that.
voice
Totally.
right when it's time to land a joke that he knows is probably not going to be a funny joke.
That's why I do that. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, you're doing it right now. See?
Thank you.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
See,
there you go.
you get it when comedians get awkward, they start going, yeah, see, yeah. They go into voices.
They turn into a film noir character.
That's my go-to. Some people have different go-tos. That's mine.
That's yours.
That's
Okay.
my go-to. Is a 1930s
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
That's what I do too.
And we always
weird.
smoke, and we can never get the cigar
Never.
right.
No.
We're
So you
bad
wanna-
at object work.
So you want to
yeah.
be a rabbi, huh?
Not in 1930s, no. That's probably the worst time to be a rabbi. Probably the worst time to be a rabbi.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bringing it back.
Yeah, too soon. Ooh, geez.
Wow.
Yeah.
You took it there. Wait.
I think this hair in 1930, bad news.
Yeah, you would have.
Just bad news, period.
You would have been. Yeah.
I would have been in trouble.
You would have been in trouble.
Yeah.
We would have had to save you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to save you.
I don't even think,
I'd
to
be in
get real,
trouble, too. I
I don't
would've
even
been
think
in
Schindler
trouble.
could have
I
saved me.
would've
I think Schindler would have been like, you know what? You're not on
not
this
on the
list,
list.
pal. You didn't make this list.
Make
I'd
the
be like,
list.
I get it, Schindler. I know. But what would I be doing in Germany at
You
the
at
time?
least
Come
need
on.
to have a bottle to be on the list, all right?
Did you just make a Holocaust club joke? How could you?
What? Oh, I didn't even get it.
It's like you need to have a bottle. You have to bottle service.
It's brilliant.
To be on the list.
We're going. Let's. You know what? This is hilarious to me, but I think we should probably.
voice already
All
Woo!
right, let's change.
We need to start
All
saying
right.
this in a funny voice to
Yeah,
really
all
land
right,
this.
All
Let's
of
change
America's
the
very-
All of
subject.
America is just like, well,
listening
these
on
three
this.
should never work in TV ever again. It's like, oh, come on, America, we're sorry.
We're sorry.
We're so sorry.
Yeah, we're just trying to be funny. We're not trying to be
trying to be
political.
funny. No.
There's no politics involved here.
None.
Zero.
Zero politics.
We're not going to talk about religion anymore.
Good.
Okay.
We're just
Great.
going to yes and this stuff.
So we're gonna yes and saying no.
Yeah,
To certain
yes
topics.
and then saying no to
Love
certain
it.
topics.
Love it.
Love
I love it.
I mean, you're the UCB guy.
I mean, I'm not quite. I studied there.
You studied
but
there.
It's not like they ever put me on one of their teams.
Oh.
Where's my Where's my like dramatic? It's not like they ever put me on a team. Yeah.
Were you like the bench warmer?
I wasn't even a bench warmer. Where I performed in New York was at a different theater, but I took a bunch of classes at UCB, and I
Yeah, but you
learned what
got
they offer, but I
TV
never like
networks interested in you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have.
And that's all that
more
matters.
important 3 letters than UCB on my resume.
Oh,
God! Ooh! Wow, I'm just setting fires to my career one step at a time. Love it. I'm burning some bridges today, baby.
Yeah.
Burning
Oh,
bridges.
yeah, well.
Fuck it. Can I curse on this? Is this a?
Well, you already did.
I
so
mean, we already said worse shit.
Yeah,
So fuck
yeah.
it.
Curse all you want. No,
Good,
don't.
Good. I stopped. That
But
was
if
the
you
last
accidentally
one.
do it, it's okay.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm not gonna curse.
I'm just gonna.
Kelly's a sophisticated lady. She never curses.
Yeah, I see. By the way, she's crossed her legs.
Oh.
She's very
Oh.
sophisticated. Very nice.
I look like Big Bird right now.
Do your best Big Bird impression.
I forget. I'm good at Snuffleupagus, wasn't it? Just like.
What is it?
Wait, what was that noise that came out of your mouth? You said that was. You think there's a Sesame Street character who sounded like this? It was more like. Yeah, it was just more like. No, so again, there's no melody in there. It's just the phlegm rummaging around. That's not. Okay. That's
Whoa.
Closer. That's
that was
good.
pretty good.
I used to have the Tickle Me Elmo, and it was like really creepy, and it would go off in the middle, and I'd be like,
What is it?
"Oh, you tickled me." I'm scared.
Have
really
you
creepy.
watched the latest season of Black Mirror?
No.
There is an episode where a person's soul gets stuck in a doll and she can only say 2 things. She either says, I love you, or hug me. And that's how she says yes or no, and it's creepy. It's so creepy. And that's
Is
what
that
that
your
reminded me
nightmare?
of.
That is
It's being
so
trapped in a doll,
Yeah.
but being totally conscious. Hell yeah.
That show is kind of creepy.
It's very creepy.
Are we?
It's like technology taking control of life.
Are we allowed to talk about your pilot and what it was about and like what?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we
So
talk about
the show that I pitched and sold
Yeah.
that never got made
Yeah.
was a show about a character like myself who is biracial, whose mother, who's white, remarries a family that is very like upper crust white, and then I, who have no place to live, move in with them, and in order to justify living there, I have to like kind of be their nanny and work for the family.
Sounds really funny.
That's what I thought too. I thought it was pretty
Sounds
good.
really entertaining.
But you know,
It sounds pretty funny.
There's a lot of things that
Wacky.
are funny that don't make it to TV, and there's
A lot of
you
things
know,
don't.
That's just how the business works.
It's how the business
on
works.
to the next.
That's the key. On to the next. You
On
always
to
have
the
to have
next.
other projects.
And you always
in
have
the works.
meetings, so you're making stuff happen.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
As
I
a
know.
writer, do you feel like you write an arsenal of shows and then come in like guns blazing, or do you just focus
well,
on one?
With sitcoms on TV, you don't really just go out and write the script
No,
on your
yeah.
own. You develop it with the executives and you develop it with the studios
That's
and
freaking cool.
yeah.
I
so
know.
like
Cool.
there
I
are
know,
some
to have
people
that
that have the ability to
opportunity.
just boom, put that on air and they go, okay,
Yeah, to have
like
that opportunity.
if Chuck Lorre, Peter Lorre would be that'd be weird. Look
That'd
up
be
Peter
weird.
Lorre. If Peter Lorre was doing sitcoms, that'd be very creepy.
Okay, all right, we
But
will.
like Chuck Lorre is at the top, he can pitch a show and write it himself, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
it'll
no,
go on,
he
it'll
can
get
do
on.
anything.
He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He can make any show he wants.
He really
I
could.
mean, he can't make any show. It's what the content is.
Pick one, canny or canty.
Nobody can.
Nobody can. That's
Yeah.
fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
Nah, nobody can.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
That's so
Okay.
cool though.
You can.
I can't. can, but I also can't.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much, literally, if there's one thing you can take away from Hollywood, it's that you can, but you also can't.
But you want to know what a huge milestone was? Is that you were in Deadline.
Twice.
What?
His picture was in Deadline.
What?
Twice.
Whoa, that's like every actor's dream.
For a beginner, that's like what you dream of.
That's what you
You're
dream
just
of.
like,
Were you
I
stoked
want
when that happened?
Oh, fuck. Yes. Yes, I was. Why, yes. I was very stoked.
You were super stoked.
I was.
It's epic.
I mean, I'm that guy. I'll grab my phone and pull up that article. I am shameless about
I
it.
love it.
I'm not
Oh
gonna
my
do
God.
it, but
do it.
Is it on your Facebook cover
I actually
photo?
saw
It was. It was.
It
a little
really
bit.
was?
I used to have it as the background on my phone, so when I would go to like the, you know, when you, whatever, I don't know the Apple term, but when you go to, like your phone's been locked. Your lock
Yeah.
screen, I think is what it's
in
called.
the lock screen, yeah.
So I'd have the phone like on a table at like a fancy place, and my Deadline article would just be like chilling, and people would be like, "Oh, oh really?" And I'm like, "Wow, this town.
Oh,
This town is
weird.
thirsty."
Deadline.
Yeah,
Everyone
Deadline.
wants a piece.
Everyone wants a piece.
Everybody does. Dang, you're rocking
So
it.
cool.
I'm trying.
And you were discovered at was it the CBS Diversity Showcase?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'd already done all I could do in New York, and the people that run this showcase in LA saw me. They brought me out, and when you put on with a bunch of other actors, you put on a crazy sketch show, and managers, agents, casting directors,
Everybody in the
producers,
business
everyone in the
is
business
basically
is
there.
there, and I crushed. So they were like, "Come on in," and I sold shows. I was put on a bunch of stuff, and.
Were you in the Stormtrooper one?
Oh, so you really have. You weren't
Yeah,
just blowing
I
smoke on my ass.
stalked you.
You actually saw this.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my year,
Wow.
I played Willy Wonka. I played a stormtrooper, a
Yes.
black stormtrooper, and we were like doing college steps and telling
So
Darth
good.
Vader to, you know, kiss our ass, all that kind of stuff. And I played Black Kramer.
Perfect.
Yeah. In fact, you know, no bullshit. You were talking about that before we did this.
Yeah, yeah.
About that. That's what the character was. It was. I was coked out. I did a line of fake coke.
Yeah.
And was like all over the stage, and it was pretty funny.
And people were laughing a ton, I'm guessing. I know
Yeah,
they were.
They were.
If they weren't laughing, then
If they weren't laughing, it's like you do know what TV is, right? And they were laughing, so it was nice.
Nice homage to them as well. I'm sure. they
Yes,
were.
I mean
Yeah.
different network than CBS, but still a nice
True,
homage to people
true.
that love TV.
Love TV.
I love
yeah,
TV.
the good sitcoms.
Good
Which
sitcoms.
is what they're trying to put up. So.
Which they are putting up. Don't say trying to put up.
they are.
CBS,
You are.
great television.
you are. You're gonna have your
Good
own
TV.
show that gets picked up
I
eventually
sure
for
hope
sure.
so.
Oh, it's.
I hope so.
You got close.
I did. I touched the. Finished the
The
metaphor.
stars.
I touched the stars.
You were touching the Hollywood
I was
sign.
touching the Hollywood sign, which you shouldn't be touching. That's a crime. You should not climb up there and do that. You will get in
You
trouble.
metaphorically were.
I climbed up to the Hollywood sign and I touched it.
They pushed you off.
And then the H fell on me and I rolled down and was
You tumbled
like
down.
covered in scars. I was like, oh, I thought
But you didn't fully fall down the hill.
I didn't fully fall down
You
the hill.
halfway fell. Now
I
you're
halfway
climbing
fell.
back up.
I lifted the H off of me and now you have Hollywood left.
You're going back up again.
Of course, you
Hollywood.
climb back up and you let the O hit you. Then you let the O hit you.
It was like
until
the
you're
third
done.
Batman when he tries to climb out of the hole. Remember?
Oh, we're talking now. My brain, this dates me. When I hear Batman, I think of the Tim Burton, Joel
No,
Schumacher
the new
Batman.
one.
I was like, that
he keeps
was
on
not
trying
in
to
the third
climb
one.
back up out of the hole,
Yes.
and that's for you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect metaphor for what you have to do as an actor.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to jump without a rope. You have to be willing to fail and
Yes,
die
without the rope. That's what he
for
did.
this business because you are going to be rejected constantly.
much rejection.
So much
It's
rejection that it will drive you
insane.
crazy. But you have to be willing to make the jump.
Yep.
We're both actors too.
Well, obviously. You're hosts of a show. You're host of a very fun, popular show.
Oh.
You've watched clips. I've noticed. I'm happy that you have. I appreciate
I
it.
think it's a great program.
Oh, he enjoys it. You
I
see
can't
that?
tell you exactly which clips I've seen because you know who has time to separate
No,
good,
no, 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 you
great,
don't know. You
and
just look
amazing.
at it. You just look
I just
at it.
look.
Yeah,
I go,
you
you know
look
what? These
young.
two were made for this. You guys are great.
Oh, you're great.
I'm trying.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, you're not. I
You're
can
network
tell.
great.
You're so
I don't know how I feel about that. That worked great. Okay. Well,
You are just so entertaining. I feel like I could just put a camera on you and you would be the show, like a one-man show.
That would be nice.
Think about that.
I have.
Yeah, you have great hair. Awesome
Thanks.
hair.
The
That's
hair
your
is the star of the
signature.
show.
That's the signature look.
I will
Don't
say
shave
this.
it.
I will say this. I was a background actor on an episode of 30 Rock maybe like 8 years ago.
Oh, yeah, you got
and
it.
I had a scene with Alec Baldwin where literally all it was he's at a party, he shakes my hand and walks off. In between takes, he literally looked at me and was like, "You know your hair is the star of the show, right? Not you. You're in service of your hair." And I was like, that's the best advice I've ever been given. This is what people
you'll never
will
cut
look
it.
at. I mean, eventually. But not now, not until I have a house in the hills.
Yeah.
Until
once
then,
you-
I'll be like,
once you have
fuck
that-
you, hair!
Yeah.
You think you own me? And then I'll
Once
give
you
it a-
own that Hollywood sign.
Oh, this is way too much fun. But we have to wrap. I'm so sorry.
That went so quick.
So
and you
quick.
know
I know.
what? That's how the game is. That's how the game
Time
is played.
flew by.
Time
Thank you
flies.
so
Flew
much.
right
Of course, thanks for
by.
having
It
You're
was
me.
such
a
a
superstar. And
so
we
much
can watch your
fun,
career
Lucas.
blow
Thanks.
up, blow up.
Rocked it.
Thank you.
Rocked out.
Thanks,
Rocked out.
guys, for watching
Boom.
this episode of
Yes.
Harry and Kelly.
Thank